morning on Kenosha Today.
Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
Unfortunately, they locked the liquor cabinet up before I got there. All those business were short.
Somebody said something, Lenny says, I'll get it. He falls off the back of the stage, takes down a couple of the prop trees we got. Down goes Lenny. I said, boy, what was in that water? Well, it wasn't water. God love Lenny Kitson.
Get through what you got to get through, Scott. We'll come back around to it.
You know, I was thinking back, some of the more notable guests. Dan Travani, 7-time Emmy Award, and he comes in all dressed up, and he's looking around, and I said, yeah, dude, this is where we operate from. The first words out of his mouth, he goes, no questions about Hill Street Blues. What am I, an accountant? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid?
My chested model is only
Extra 2,500 gets you the. Yeah.
This certainly beats the $9.99 blow-up doll I got in my closet right now.
I think that was like $19.99.
Well, you got the price discount, didn't you? After my wedding, was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway. Right? Hell of a show. Dead people and perverts and degenerates. Kind of fits right in here.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the July 8th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, streaming worldwide and booming across the gorgeous and sun-drenched cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 50,000 homes here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brown Stub, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Joining us this morning, our Kenosha Today Director of Cybersecurity, the master of protecting us from all the enemies of the world. Elmo Schneider joins us this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
So who's the public enemy number one for this week?
Well, I don't know. I got Benny the Beaver over at the G20 concert or conference trying to track down some Bolsheviks over there.
I can just see Trump, Putin, and Benny the Beaver.
That's right.
I could just see them in the same room, all three of them. Boy, did we pull a fast one on those American guys.
Yeah.
Right? And back for another encore performance, the master of being my spiritual advisor, a true man of the cloth, the Honorable Father Marcus, joins us at Our Lady of the Gas Trolley this morning. Your message of hope and inspiration, Father?
The best I can do is just say present.
Weren't you were missing the last week when we weren't here. By the way,
I was almost missing today, too. So.
we weren't here last week, and it was kind of a tragedy because after Kevin Matheson resigned being an alderman, we were completely caught off guard, left us without any material.
No material whatsoever.
So we had to pull the plug on last week and take the week off and go suntanning and doing whatever we did.
Drink heavily, yes.
Yes. Well, you didn't have to add that.
No, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Goes without saying.
Yes. Actually,
Milkshakes.
as always with us this morning, our video coordinator, the master of being politically incorrect, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face. Spider.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, I saw this picture in the news. All the cars lined up in front of your house on the 4th of July, and the caption read that people were lined up for hours waiting for the fireworks to begin at your house. Did you produce any fireworks?
Yep.
You should have seen the line at Barter Manor. All these snot-nosed little kids lined up with their chalk, writing scum on the on the chalk on the front of my house there.
Were they disappointed to find out it was a dud?
Yeah. Actually, you don't. And the key to fireworks, you don't want to do moderation. Exactly, Spider. You don't want to let it all out first. You got to wait for the big finale. You got to wait for the big finale,
Which is hard to do, and the whole program only lasts a minute and 30 seconds.
Well, it saves on powder, gunpowder. I mean. And engineering the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning, the king of handling all my hate mail, Wacky Wayne, joins us this morning, looking all warm and fuzzy.
Yes, warm and fuzzy.
Kudos to Wacky Wayne for his reproduction, as you just saw, of our Kenosha State opening. And like I said, thank God somebody in the room can still reproduce something. Once again, hey, what'd you do on 4th of July? Did you do anything over the weekend?
What did I do? I worked. Yeah, I was working.
Huh?
Yeah, I keep working. Always working. I was here.
Well, what's the?
Just because you guys aren't here doesn't mean I'm not here.
Well, isn't this it? Isn't this the only show that's on this dopey station?
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
It's all about us.
Hence the hate mail.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to stoke the furnace at the WLIP
The first
boiler in the basement.
we get 12 pieces of hate mail. 6 are from Perry, and 6 are from Carl.
Right, yeah.
Once again, this week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Mike Buren's Clothing, located in downtown Kenosha, offering the biggest selection of men's suits in all of southeastern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, starting at only $779, which includes the shirt, tie, belt, and a pair of socks. Sizes starting at 34 short, going all the way up to size 60. You can find them on Facebook or call them at 262-652-0648. 2 weeks ago, the last week's, which would have been the last time we had the secret word, Nimrod, for which Alderman Keith Rosenberg was a clear winner. And I think he might have had some inside information. I don't know why I say that, but, you know, we should probably call in, Elmo, do an investigation into his involvement with the Russians. But sometimes the show can be a little too intense for some of our listeners. The Kenosha Day Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word, and the first caller to say the secret word will win a $25 gift certificate, compliments of Mike Buren's Clothing. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the Lightning Round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery during last night's production meeting. But actually, this was done a couple of days ago because I was busy. I was occupied last night. And so if you saw the post by Elmo, the production meeting was canceled.
Yeah, it actually said you were detained.
I was.
Not busy, not otherwise preoccupied, but detained.
Like Mark said, how long can a minute and a half last?
Right.
Now, those seats have been lost.
I was out trying to get lucky on a Friday night, and
I thought you were pre-planning your funeral.
same thing. Anyway, this week's top 10 reasons a Kenosha alderman should resign. You know, Alderman Matheson gave his version, but there's more reasons why a Kenosha alderman should resign, so that's be coming up after 11. And then the drama continues in the second hour around 11:20 when we drain the swamp, let our listeners try to stump the chumps and prove to the rest of the Kenosha Nation that .08 is something more than your blood alcohol level. Now, here's what's going to happen. If you are successful in stumping the chumps, you got 3 options. You can get 2 free fish dinners at the American Legion Post, 504 58th Street, on the first Friday of the month, or I've got 2 tickets to an upcoming Kingfish game, or you can come in and spend an hour with us. 3 options if you stump the chumps. Boy, the prizes just keep piling up here. We haven't had anybody decide to come in and join us, although we have finalized on August 16th, we're going to Pete's Place for
19th.
19th, yes, for Elmo's birthday party. We're going to start at 10 in the morning for your birthday party.
You know, we're going to start at 8 in the morning for the birthday parties.
But the show doesn't start till 10.
Well,
Oh, boy. Wayne.
Boy, I'm going to be sick that day.
Nothing could go wrong with that. Is
Yeah.
there? What a good plan.
Great, I get to be in here next to the dump button. It'll be great.
And we got to sit there with next to probably a bucket of whatever's going to go on there.
it's also Bill Clinton's birthday, so everybody put on your favorite blue dress and come on down.
You and Bubba born the same day? Yeah. Oh, how about that? Do you get any maybe I'll have him come in.
Sure.
Call Bubba, and we'll have Bubba and Elmo.
Is he bringing the cigars?
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to bring your own cigar. Or?
Oh, jeez. We try to stay at such a high level, and you guys right away bring us. And then there's even more, boys and girls, after the 11:30 break, our special editorial segment sponsored by the legendary Brat Stop, As the Brat Turns. See, a couple weeks later, and you guys still got it. This week's High Five Zingers and Doofuses, as only heard here on the Kenosha Today Show. And it gets even better tomorrow. Should we take this call? Wacky Wayne?
Oh, yeah, that's got to be Shirley.
Let's talk to Shirley. It'll be fun.
You talk to Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi. Good morning. How'd you know it was me?
Oh, shocking.
I'm telepathetic.
Yeah,
I'm just pathetic. He's telepathetic.
Right. Welcome back, Father Marcus.
Well, thank you.
You're back today.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody missed me.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
And welcome
Why
back, everybody. You were off. All of you were off last week.
We're off all the time.
But
Who did you call? Who did you call last week
Yeah.
at this time?
who'd you call last Saturday?
Nobody.
Just call the time? Well, we would have been here, but like I said before, Alderman Matheson resigned and completely caught us off guard, and we had no material.
Yeah, I figured.
So it's better to say nothing than to. But we're going to make up for it this week.
Yeah, I'm in the 8th district, so he was my alderman.
Well, see, that's the best thing you can say. Was your alderman now?
He was
Coming
yeah.
up, word reached me in 2 weeks, and we're going to go through this later. The city council will determine what they're going to do. They could either send it to a special election, or they could announce candidates to come in 2 weeks. So you're looking more like August 1st, and they make their pitch to the council, and the council will then make a decision whether they want the candidates or put it to a special election.
Why don't you do it, Shirley?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, here's
Kurt Whitland. I wish he could do it again. He was our alderman, and I really liked him.
Word reached me this last week that he's making the rounds. Hasn't fully decided, apparently. If he's listening, he can call. And he's decided if he's going to have enough support and see what happens from there. Now, Alderman Ruffalo suggested that the council appoint a caretaker, with nobody intention to run it next spring. Now, if you want a caretaker, you could go, I guess, go to the park, go to the caretaker, go to the funeral parlor or the parks department.
Cemetery.
So you could, if you could come in and you agreed and told the council, Shirley, that you wanted to be a caretaker up until next spring, I think I can tell you got 3 votes. And then,
Yeah.
I'm telling you would. What do they need a cute little old lady that knows nothing and won't say anything.
That's me, a cute little lady.
Never mind, she's going to say some stuff.
Yeah.
And he has a large stash.
Kurt was over to our house and trying to see, who would like him to come back, and we said we certainly would like him to come back.
Well, we'll have to see if he's listening. I hope if he's going to make an announcement. I hope he does it here, because he called in back in April when we brought this up, and then apparently he called another very fine show on this station and made it sound like he was making this formal news scoop, and apparently he wasn't. He was just announcing that he was doing just what you just described.
Re-announcing what he has once said earlier.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, re-announcing,
I mean, we don't want to be used here.
No.
Abused is enough. Used is a different story.
Yeah.
Shirley, big article this last week. Tourist locals buy Nevada's legal recreational marijuana. Nevada became the 5th state with stores selling pot to the public in a market that is expected to outpace all others in the United States. Now, once we legalize marijuana in Wisconsin, you could get yourself a place down at Harbor Market.
Right.
Shirley's Herbs and Spices.
The other day you had 2 semis going out of your driveway, and they were heading to Nevada.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I got the reason.
And the drivers was Juan and Pedro.
Yeah, I really need more than 2 semis.
Jeez, we'll have to talk to somebody in shipping.
Business must be good.
But like Father pointed out, if that does come to be, you will have to file income taxes and pay tax accordingly, because you don't want to go to jail. It's one thing to go to jail for being a pot smuggler, but going to jail for not paying income taxes, that's
worse.
That's fraudulent.
Yeah, not good.
That's how they got Al Capone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says veteran consumers, first-timers, retirees were among those who defied triple-digit temperatures and went out and bought this stuff. So
all week out there, it's over 100. 112, 115, and then a low of 106.
Yeah, I could just see. I could just see. Yeah, with wind chill of 104, right?
Yeah, right. Wind chill.
I could just see your little stand down at the Harbor Market. Shirley's Herbs and Spices. The essence. Shirley's Herbs and Essence.
Yeah.
I think that shows...
Probably would be a hit, right?
I would think so.
I would think so. Mm-hmm.
Well, not that we support or we don't condone participating in illegal drugs. Now, if it's legal, I suppose, our condone this changes.
Different, uh-huh.
So anyway, we got, as long as you're here, we've got the, until somebody else calls. Stay on the line till somebody else calls. The,
And you were busy last night, Scott?
I was trying. I wasn't as busy I thought I was going to be, but the word lucky didn't come into mind. And
sliced it off into the woods, did you?
Yeah, sliced it in the woods, yeah. The word lucky didn't apply to me, and of course, my skill level at this age, that didn't help me either, so I'm here this morning.
Playing with a handicap,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, I have a handicap. What a wacky Wayne's picking this stuff up here.
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks off, and he's good. Hey, we were in the Summers Parade.
How'd it go?
On the 4th, well, got through, no arrests and or convictions, and Father Mark drove the truck.
Really?
And I got to thank my 7-year-old granddaughter, Morgan Stewart. She walked with me. And, of course, the Lonesome Dove, Pat Garrett, was with us. And Jay, not his real name. And K-Dog, not his real name. And Trixie, not her real name. We had a full backing. And also, I wanted to thank Tim Green Sr. and Tim Green Jr. because they took the real brunt of this. And, of course, Ashley Thorpe and her...
And the American Legion.
And American Legion. Because the Green Boys, they carried the Kenosha Today banner. And Woody Vicentainer and his daughter Ashley and granddaughter Maya handed out, they provided us with like 300 American flags, and we handed them out. And K-Dog and Jay and Trixie
Ate hot dogs.
they threw out all the candy, so it was. I like
candy.
those.
I know we didn't have candy in Kenosha Parade.
I know they don't allow
illegal.
anything. They don't know.
Illegal,
what to do.
huh?
Now tomorrow, out in Bristol Progress, we're in that parade too. And carrying the Kenosha Today banner tomorrow, 10-year-olds Adam Miller and Caden Cross are going to be. Wouldn't you want to be proud as a monkey in a rock and come out there and join us and carry the Kenosha Today banner? We give you a full helmet and a flak jacket.
I wish I could.
That's another. They're
Surely you can ride in a truck with me. You can throw candy
There
at the
you
kids.
go. I would ride in the truck, yeah, but I can't walk anymore. Not
That's
good.
all right. You could ride in the truck, but
Be like the days in the balcony at the Roosevelt.
with a younger man, Marcus.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's off her head in a long time.
Pick her up.
Bristol Progress Days is called. Bristol is Tremendous in 2017. It starts at 12:30 and kind of winds. It starts about right about Highway 45. We cross Highway 45, and if you're going out there, you got to check because there's some road problems out there with Highway 45. But that is also one of the greatest parade, just like Summers, where you can throw candy, give out American flags. Shame on that, where we couldn't give out American flags in the Kenosha Veterans Day Parade.
Yep.
Like, that's unpatriotic. And then we play, tomorrow we'll be Born in the USA again by Bruce Springsteen. So we look forward to that and thank them for having us. Okay,
You'll
Shirley.
do a wonderful job. I know you will.
Yes. So, anything else that you want to add that's not worth anything?
Just about my experience with our parade. Oh, it was nice and everything, and the weather looked beautiful, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden, my friend said, "Look at it. It looks like it's getting dark." Well, oh my gosh. Luckily, it didn't rain hard, but that wind, I have never been in a wind like that outside. I was really shaken. It was so strong.
Take some more of your own product. Calm your
Yeah,
nerves.
I know it. But really, no.
It did come up about, 4 o'clock? After the parade, we had another event that we had to get to from Summers, and you're right, the rain forced us indoors, and the rain's really just pelted down, and we were on lockdown in the boathouse, thank God. And, no, it poured for an hour, and I was even asking around because had we been locked down and couldn't leave, I wanted to see who I had to talk to about sleeping arrangements, because you never know.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the rain let up, and I had to go home.
Yeah, it was bad. We were lucky. We didn't get wet, but that wind, I'm telling you, that it dropped like 15 degrees in that wind, like 40 miles an hour. I was just petrified, but I made it. I just, I didn't blow away.
Well, thank you. You live to call us another day.
I know, aren't you lucky?
Yeah. All right, well, we got to go, and since nobody else called in, thanks for enlightening us for 15 minutes.
And I wish Kurt would call in,
Oh, we'll see, maybe.
And see what he...
Yeah, hang up.
Yeah, okay. Call in, Kurt.
262-6942.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Before we go to our break here, this was something we said, Father? Oh, he's got a cough. What's the bottle of brandy for? Medicinal purposes.
Helps with the cough.
And apparently this weekend, down in the Harbor Park area, the city put some toilets, porta potties, right on the monument, on the public safety, Kenosha Public Safety Monument for the 3 days. I don't know who was thinking of this brilliant thing, and I know they needed more porta potties down there. My God, use some intelligence to put them.
I can tell you exactly what happened. Is that as someone that has run a particular festival that uses those facilities, is they came down there in the truck and they looked around. Oh, we need a level, hard, flat surface to put them. Oh, look at this place. It works just fine. And they put them down there. They didn't even notice what was around there.
Probably.
Yep.
Well, anybody that works for the toilet industry, can't have more than a .08 IQ, I suppose, right? And here's the article. The mayor says, we will deal with that next year to make sure it doesn't occur again. So I did some research. We should call. So that takes care of next year. But what about this year? I mean, it's always Kenosha. We should call this, change the name to Do Over Kenosha. Now, let's listen to this. Do Over Kenosha. And here's my examples. Crack-A-Dome. We had to do that over. Cost us over $800,000. We had to do the Dream Playground over. Cost another $500,000. There was a roundabout in Lincoln Road and 26th Avenue. We had to do that because it wasn't engineered right, and they couldn't get a fire truck through there. The dredging of the harbor 3 years ago at original cost of $385,000, where they were piping sand out to the band shell, which was a waste of time and money. And, of course, then the construction of 56th Street in front of the courthouse, they put the gutters in wrong and had to take them out. And then, of course, we had Steve Mills' apartment complex in Nebraska that only cost us $5 million. We didn't have to redo that. We just ended up in to a lawsuit. And, of course, the original trolley cars had the wrong... People don't realize this. The original trolley cars had the wrong wheel gauge for the tracks that had already been installed. That cost us $225,000.
Don't forget about the truck wash.
What's the truck wash?
Remember that? They built a truck wash to run the city garbage trucks through and stuff like that. It was too small. They couldn't fit the garbage trucks through there.
Yeah, Do Over Kenosha. Yeah, and then probably if you have, I forgot, I got to write down the garbage truck. Garbage trucks. Yeah, that's a great engineering phenom. You put in a car wash and you don't have it big enough to put the lousy truck through there.
Right. You built it for in the first place.
So that's 8 of them right off the top of our head. We're going to take our minute break.
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
Come back and we'll play a little City in Jeopardy, and we'd like to hear some more people in our Do Over Kenosha. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the July 8th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLP, spreading the love here at Camp Happy Face, and bringing you gas trolleys, stray cats, backyard beavers, bonding forever, just being warm and fuzzy all over. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And you can visit us on the web at KenoshaToday.com, designed by Capo Web Design, and you can find them on the web at CapoWebDesign.com. Brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Broad Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Also, no one in first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Mike Bjorn's Clothing. Again, if any of our callers mentions the secret word, you will win a $25 gift certificate, compliments of Mike Bjorn's Clothing, located in... You go home at night, Wayne, just dreaming of this?
Yeah, it keeps me awake at night. Yeah.
You go home and your wife's going, what is this hot
I
mean?
do love me some Buster Poindexter all day, every day.
Offering the largest selection of men's suits starting at $179 with 8 sizes ranging from 34 all the way up to 60. If you just joined us, our special guest this morning, the Kenosha Today Director of Cybersecurity, Emil Schneider, along with my spiritual advisor from Our Lady of the Gas Trolleys, Father Marcus, with his message of hope and inspiration. I was, like I said, I was out way last night trying to, I don't know.
Corrupt your soul.
Well, not really. Lucky. So I was almost going to text you for pointers.
Okay. I wasn't. I didn't have my glasses with last night, so.
Obviously, I didn't have my game with me either.
You know, down at the boathouse, since we didn't have the production meeting, they had 3 robotic images that looked just like us.
Sitting down or pretending like they were
Holograms.
No, they call them Moranobots. Moranobots, so they act like us and they look like us.
Nobody acts like us.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
that's why they call them morons. Moranobots.
Did they have a pair of shoes sitting there, too?
Yeah. In a what do you call it, folder for your colonostomies. Also joining us here at Camp Happy Face, the Kenosha State Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie, is here. And engineering the Kenosha State train wreck this morning. No longer in training. He's one of us and suffering from...
All the happier because of it.
Low self-esteem, finding out what life is really like in the broadcasting world. Hey, you know, on this last break, and we don't have anything to do, why would they put a testosterone commercial
I think they're trying to tell you something, Scott.
in this show?
Yeah.
You know, they have their Prime 1-1. Ours should be Prime Swing. You know, you can go on. Prime Swing. Who needs testosterone? Well,
it'd probably help you with your game.
That's a good point, Wayne.
Yeah. I mean...
$18,000 for college didn't go to waste there.
Right.
Is that what you did in college?
No.
Oh, you actually studied.
Yeah. I actually paid attention, so I know which buttons to press back here.
Yeah.
Sometimes it actually works out.
I wonder if we could obtain some of that testosterone. I've not really taken any. Of course, I was off last Saturday. I should have. But anyway, special thanks to my good friend Elmo Schneider. You can find the Kenosha Today Show 365 days a year, 24/7 up on YouTube. After the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, which is the top 10 signs a city alderman should resign. And then the drama continues after that when we drain the swamp and try to stump the chumps, followed by As the Brat Turns. We still got it. We still got it. And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation. You ready, Elmo? He's looking up, getting his fingers all ready. The lightning round of City in Jeopardy. It's been a while. Sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, and to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. You will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And after that, you will hear the ding. And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue. Here in Kenosha, open Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. And you can enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary special, beginning at 7 a.m. until noon. Also, if you're planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce at 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at theboathousekenosha.com. The phone lines are clear. Here's the sophisticated question. What is the best sunscreen to use here in Kenosha this summer? A, tropic algae sludge drained from the Lincoln Park Lagoon. B, going to nowhere banana boat sunblock called Trolley Salve. Or C, the special Kenosha State RMW lotion called Rub Me Wrong. 262-694-1050. What is the best sunscreen to use here in Kenosha this summer to win a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the boathouse? A. Tropic algae sludge drained from the Lincoln Park Lagoon. B. Going to Nowhere banana boat sunblock called Trolley Salve. Or C. The special Kenosha Today RMW lotion, Rub Me Wrong. Lucky Wayne. Hey, no help. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Hi there.
Hi there. Who's this?
This is Richard from Pleasant Prairie.
Richard from Pleasant Prairie. Okay. All right, Richard. You're here to play the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read this for you one more time because Pleasant Prairie, some of our other callers, not you, Richard, but some of our other callers from Pleasant Prairie don't remember things in a very long period of time. Okay. So I'll read.
That wouldn't be the panel, would it?
We're not from. Oh, we do have one from Pleasant Prairie.
Yeah.
Well, he
Well,
doesn't.
I think I was.
He wasn't when he left.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go slow. Here's the question. What is the best sunscreen to use here in Kenosha this summer? A. Tropic algae sludge drained from the Lincoln Park Lagoon. B. Going to Nowhere banana boat sunblock called Trolley Salve. Or C. The special Kenosha Today RMW lotion, Rub Me Wrong. Richard.
I like A.
Tropic algae sludge drained from the Lincoln Park Lagoon. Yes, that's a correct answer.
All right.
Wow.
Boy, am I good, huh?
Well, you're from Pleasant Prairie, and it shows.
That's right.
Speaking of that, Lincoln Park is going to get. Let me get this here. I got it. Lincoln Park is going to get a facelift, and it's going to begin in August. They're going to be dredging. So if you get over there, and they're going to dredge the entire lagoon because they tested the soil, and it was toxic. But this is the city that puts this out, so I wouldn't worry about that. But if you get over there with your buckets and some milk cartons or something, and you can pick up all the stuff you want, and you're pretty good to go for the next few years.
All right, I'll pick some up and bring some to you guys.
Oh, we're trying to quit. From the city of Kenosha to you, Richard, in Pleasant Prairie, we want you to have as much as you can.
Toxic sludge.
Toxic sludge. Yeah. Algae sludge from the Lincoln Park Lagoon. See, because you guys in Pleasant Prairie, you got beautiful Lake Andrea, and you got all these beautiful everything in shops out there. You need some sludge.
We should have a contest, see what's in the bottom.
Well, maybe it'll make the grass grow. Either that or stop it from growing.
Yeah. Ron, what was that?
We should have a contest, see what actually they pull out of there, like tires, air
What is,
conditioners.
what is the largest item that'll come off the
Bicycles,
bottom of
Yeah. To hear these guys, what's the largest
bodies.
item that'll come out of there? But this is all about you today, Richard, because you get to brag because you have been named the smartest person in Kenosha.
Woohoo!
All right.
That's just for today. We're not sure about tomorrow. So
Oh, thanks.
we're trying to be encouraging here. So what's going on in Pleasant Prairie?
Heat.
Heat. You're in heat?
No, I'm not in heat.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
It's the weather, sir.
Oh, actually today's pretty good. It was a little warm and did it rain down by you over the nighttime?
Oh, God, yeah. Just a little bit, not much.
Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do, Richard. Off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your name, address, and phone number, and I'm going to mail you the Kenosha Today certificate that you can use down towards a purchase at the boathouse. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Got any other words of wisdom you want to share with us?
Drink heavy.
Par for the course, then.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
That's something we can live with.
Yeah, we can live with that.
And don't forget the ice.
Oh, see, he's from Pleasant Prairie. You've been
He's
to a
on
bar
top of
before.
things.
Oh, you're all over this place. All right, well, he's doing that. I got to read a. Don't go away. Wayne's going to be with you in a second here. He's doing that. Pete's place.
Anyone besides me go down to the fireworks?
I didn't.
Oh, they were great this year.
They were. I saw them from my front porch.
They were
Get me.
They
You got that? Good morning on Kenosha Today.
How you be?
I'm by B.
Sorry, Scott.
Oh, Dennis. Oh, yeah. Okay.
How's it going?
Oh, very fine. Thank you for asking.
We're on our way toward Kenosha right now.
Yeah, what's the attraction?
We're going to a family reunion.
And we weren't invited? What kind of family is this?
Tennessee, everybody's not related, you know.
Well, of course. So they're having this family reunion, and I'm sure they're having food, right?
Yeah, it's at. As a matter of fact, it's at the fireside.
Oh, beverage. Well, we're kind of outdoor people at this time of year. Why would you?
Oh, I am too, but this is, I think, a little older Italian family, and they want to do things indoor.
Oh,
it's Nancy's family, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that group. Oh my God. We'll pass. We got other things to do. We got classes for what do you call hemorrhoid treatments this afternoon, root canals. We got all kinds of stuff going on this afternoon.
Classes? You got classes on that?
Yeah.
How to identify a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, I really, I know you were busy, you said yesterday. I really missed another production meeting.
I wasn't there.
The last time was pretty good.
It was canceled. For the first time all year long, it was canceled last night.
Oh, that's too bad.
I was in Milwaukee trying to get lucky.
Tristan,
what are you laughing for?
Well, I know how you get around, you know.
Aroused?
Around.
Oh, round. Oh. Sorry.
You are a social butterfly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't butterflying. I wasn't. What does a butterfly do? Melt or moth? Or what is a? What is a?
Yeah, moth goes into flame.
Yeah. I wasn't pollinating last night.
I was with you guys in that August show at Pete's.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I wasn't pollinating last night
Bring
very
a
well.
birthday gift.
Yeah, bring a birthday gift. You want Elmo sizes? He's registered at the adult bookstore.
Just bring a bill.
Well, I'm going to try to, if you're going to have a production meeting next week, I'm going to try to make it.
I'll be there, yeah. I can only strike out one Friday night a month.
Hey, and thanks a lot. I heard our friend Steve Miller's son, Adam Miller.
Yeah.
I heard you give him a plug, him and his friend, for helping you out. Thanks a lot for that. That was great.
Let me see if I can find their names again. It's Steve and hang on. It's they're joining us tomorrow.
For helping you in the parade?
At the parade. Yeah, where is that? It's Steve Miller, and they're both 10. Oh, here it is. No, that's.
Hello?
Yeah, here I am. Just don't go. Hang on.
Scott's here knee deep in paperwork trying to figure out where he filed stuff.
I had it right here.
It's that senility kicking
It's right
in.
behind the summons.
Oh, there. Well, anyway.
You better show up for that.
Well, this is disturbing. Don't you go away. Oh, here it is, right here. It was right on, you know where it was? Right on the top. It's Adam Miller and Caden Cross, 10 years old, are going to join us.
That's great. That's great. And what time does the parade start?
12:30.
12:30? Okay.
Are you going to be there?
I'm going to try and make that.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you candy, but, you've been instructed by your wife, don't take candy from strangers, so. Oh, but Trixie might hand out candy, and does your...
Well, I don't know how big Father Marcus's cab of his truck is, but if you want somebody to sit between him and Shirley if she goes, I can do that.
Oh, yeah, there's a plan. Yeah.
That's an interesting threesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's going to work out right. Last week when the Summers, we got through it with no arrests or convictions, and this can only go downhill. But if you want to bring the missus and throw her in the cab, or we throw her in the back of the pickup truck, no.
Well, if she recovers from the family reunion today.
Yeah. Why do you consent to go to these things?
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Well, you never know. That's what I'm asking you. What don't you know by this time? I mean, that side of the family. My God, Dennis.
You know what they say? You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your relatives. That's.
I would like to give congratulations to my former state for finally, after these many years, adopting a budget.
Yeah, I mean, what a bunch of morons. They adopted a budget, and Rauner, whatever his name is, Rauner, he vetoes it, and then they come back and pass their own thing. That's got to be and so now, for those that are living in Illinois, you go from 3.25% to almost 4 point something or other. So here, we're going to pass a budget, but you're going to be taxed. They're going to be taxed maybe even higher than Wisconsin in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's unbelievable, the tax situation down there. I can't believe it.
So aren't you glad you moved to Wisconsin?
Oh, definitely. Because when Nancy was willing, when I retired, she was willing to move down to Illinois, and I said, no way, I'll move up by Wisconsin here.
Is this what's her name was willing to follow you to the ends of the earth?
Well, if you call Illinois the ends of the earth, I
No,
guess.
pretty much. And then you fall off into Missouri or wherever that is.
Did you say Missouri or Missouri?
Yes.
Misery. I'm talking about the state, not your whatever. At any rate, well, if you, what time is this goofy thing? Oh, you're on your way to.
We got a full day. The reunion's later on, but we have a wake to go to too. One of her friends from a long time ago passed away, and we had a wake in Kenosha to go to also.
Well, if you have a little window of opportunity, since we missed last night, there might be one of us at the boathouse this afternoon, or between 12 and 3. Just thought I'd throw that out.
So you'll be there holding court?
That's another way of putting it.
Amen corner? At Amen corner?
At Amen corner, where white hairs matter. Gray hairs matter. Gray hairs matter.
All hairs matter.
Yeah, if you have any hair. No smarts,
That's true.
but whatever.
That's true.
All right, well, if you get a time, and then thank you for putting us on. Well, maybe if I don't see you today, wave at us in the parade tomorrow, and don't throw anything at us.
I won't.
Because Mark's got
except the usual compliments.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and if you happen to know some cute little babe, they might be over, what do we need, about 60 or 40?
Or
she got a pulse.
Wait a minute, 320-year-olds.
Yeah, 3 20-year-olds. We're willing to negotiate.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I have somebody that has something to say about that.
I bet you do.
Hello?
Oh, jeez.
It's time for the buffet.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on these new testosterone pills. I'm on these new testosterone pills.
I can't wait for Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Put them to use.
What's going on Wednesday?
I've been I start taking them today, so I got about a 4-day head start. So
that way he's ready to go.
You're gonna need it. You know that.
Now, people that listen to this might think there's some funny stuff going on here.
No, nothing funny about it.
In fact, it's rather sad. 1.5 minutes. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah. So after the 1.5 minutes you're with me, where do you tell your husband you are for the rest of the afternoon?
Well, he doesn't need to know.
Oh, well, good. All right, there. Well, we'll see you maybe along the line here.
All right, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay. Jesus. Now, that's just a joke. Tell everybody that you're funning around. No, now you hang up on her. She's just funning around.
She's not funning around. You're just saying that, throwing off suspicions.
It's my only hope at this point.
You know.
Hey, I got to thank the world and famous Alderman Kevin Matheson resigned. And here was a couple quotes that this was him. It's been one of the greatest honors of my life to serve Kenosha. And I suppose that's an opinion at least shared by one. And this other quote, this is on the council, Matheson publicly clashed with city officials, and the Lord wept. And, of course, then he says, I don't have any regrets. That's not the way I live my life. I didn't run for office to make friends. Well, mission accomplished there. But here's what's going to happen, the way I see this. This whole deal is just so creepy to me.
To my Lord and my Savior.
That boy, Wayne.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
You know, that slapping sound you heard, and all the people in Kenosha going, oh, what the heck was that when that hit the paper? This was the entire city of Kenosha going, what went wrong here? Now, this story combined with Trump and his twittering really kind of makes my hair hurt. And, then you got Matheson on Facebook speaking that he's now touting what a great job he did in the 8th District. And what I find interesting is a disclaimer on Facebook that says his page is rated for people 18 months to 5 years old. So I guess that explains that deal. And so this closes his furrow chapter in Kenosha politics, and the message is clear to Summers President George Stoner. George, he's coming for your job. Stoner man, if he's coming for your job. So if Matheson is successful, Summers will go from King George to Queen Nimrod. Anyway, that killed about 30 seconds.
Good job.
And this in today's paper.
Say goodnight, Kevin.
Good night, Kevin.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey?
Is that the last one forever?
Oh, maybe. Here's to hoping.
He's
We'll have to wait and see
actually,
what happens in Summers.
He's said he's announced that he's running for office, so he's still fair game. I mean, you can run when you announce that you're running for office, and it was in the papers because I got the quote. I don't care if he filed the papers yet because the election isn't for a couple of years. He's still fair game until he says nope. Anyway, so we still have chance for
I should expect some more hate mail.
Yeah, you might.
All right.
Keep the
right. Summonses and such.
Now, in coming up this week in a public safety and welfare here in Kenosha, they're going to vote on a proposed ordinance by Dan Przansky and my Alderman Rocco Lamacchia would allow open burning under certain conditions. And they want to call it recreational fires. So if you have a fire going in the city of Kenosha and the cops come, here's what you tell them.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'll take you to burn. Fire. I'll take you to learn. I'll see you burn.
See?
You fought hard and you saved and earned.
Spider knows all the words to this. So we just don't want
Early Spider's going to be over in about 15 minutes.
So, I mean, some of these rules have to be from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., include a bowl. Well, maybe Shirley will be over there. To ensure clearance to combustibles have an enclosure to control embers, are not used within 15 feet of a building or a lot line, used on sables. Geez, the rules are longer than they are not used on combustible decks, are used only with clean, dry wood. So-called sky lanterns would remain illegal. What's a sky lantern? Is that a regular fire thing, Ronnie?
I don't know.
Sky lantern?
It's a candle underneath a balloon that floats off into the air.
You're just guessing.
I am. But it sounds good.
It sounds good.
Yeah, that's what they are.
If a smoke from a unit creates a nuisance to neighbors, it must be extinguished. But you just tell them, if they come get you,
Yeah.
you just tell them.
It's a Chinese lantern, like with the.
I am the god of hellfire.
You just tell them this.
And I bring you fire.
You tell them you heard it here in Kenosha today. All charges will be dropped. Forget the $1,000 fine. Howdy, Barter, and welcome to the July 8th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. Broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP on your radio dial. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses, taking serious journalism, as you probably have heard, to an all-time high, reporting on local stories, state stories, and spanning the globe, keeping it real, spreading the love, and growing up here on the Kenosha Today Show this morning.
I know nothing. Nothing.
You guys all of a sudden tanking it. Mark, are you here?
No. I told you, present.
Speaking of grown-ups, again, joining us, our Director of Cybersecurity, Elmo Schneider, along with the Honorable Father Marcus, bringing their sophomoric humor and buzzkill antics to the Kenosha Today Nation. And along with us, as he is each and every Saturday morning, our video coordinator, Spider Ronnie, the camera dude, and engineering the Kenosha Today train wreck, Wacky Wayne. I'm going to take this call here. Good news, Wayne, is Captain Mike has failed the drug test.
Oh, fantastic.
So he won't be able to be your roommate at grad school.
Whew, dodging bullets.
The Lord wept again.
Yeah.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha Today. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Scott. This is Tony from Pleasant Prairie.
Yeah, Tony.
I got a quick call concerning your list of do-overs.
Okay, let me get it. Hang on.
Okay, I'm having a little trouble hearing you here.
Okay, just a second. I'm trying to find it here. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Okay, I don't know if this is on your list, but I think shortly before the problem with the surface at the playground, I seem to recall that there was a paving project on the north side where they had to rip it all out because it was the wrong mix and redo it.
You could very well be. Elmo, do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Whereabouts on the north side?
Washington.
For some reason or other, I want to say 48th Avenue, but I'm uncertain about that. But I definitely recall that they did the paving job, and then it turned out that there was something wrong with the surface, and they said it was the wrong mix, and they had to tear it out and redo it.
Oh, you know what? I think what you're talking about is 47th Avenue. That's by my house. It goes from Washington Road to 18th.
Okay.
And that actually belongs to Summers. And so, what they did was, Tony, it actually is controlled by Summers, although the city is on both sides of it. My subdivision is on the west side of that. And again, what they did is they put this beautiful thing in, and then they found out the mix wasn't right. And Summers made them go out not at Summers' cost, but at the cost of the contractor, and redo the whole thing.
Okay, that doesn't go on your list then, because you're just dealing with Kenosha part.
Yeah, but again, the difference is this all costs Kenosha people taxpayers money, whereas Summers that goof off was they had to pay for that.
Okay, my suggestion is disqualified, and I understand.
No, you're not disqualified. You're not disqualified. Okay. It's a good answer. It's a good thing that you brought that up.
Okay, this one goes back quite a few years, but do you recall when they built Trumper High School when the big rain came shortly after it was open and flooded the commons?
I was there the first year that happened. Yes, I do. You know, that school...
Well, I don't know if that goes down as a do-over, probably contractor problem again, but I don't know who picked up the tab for it.
Well, I'm not sure either, but I was there. That school should have been done in the fall of '64, and it wasn't. And so we were still going. I was going as a sophomore to the old school. Bradford would go to school from 6 in the morning till noon. We'd go as Trumper from noon to 6 until December. And then the school, they said it was done, and there was no paint on the walls. The auditorium wasn't done. There was no clocks on the walls. And you're right. Absolutely. I remember that day when the first rains came in April. I mean, you thought that the pool was installed there in the commons area. That's how bad it was. Am I right? Because I was there. And the gym wasn't done, and, there was nothing around. In my yearbook, by the way, we're having our 50th reunion in September. The whole thing surrounding that building was nothing but cornfields in 65, 6, and 7. So I don't know who paid for that, although I do remember that commons filling up, and I thought, oh, the funny place to put the pool. But anyway.
Okay, Scott, I just wanted to...
All right, Tony.
Run it by you.
Okay, thanks.
Hi to the rest of the guys.
Oh, hey, Tony.
Oh.
Hey, Tony.
Take care.
Have a good day.
And so, where are we at here? For those who have...
The big tuna.
For those who haven't signed on to like us on the Kenosha State Facebook page, you better get on with it and see us on the most interesting post anywhere. Just about every day, almost got something on there. Hey, the status of the Secret Word Challenge to win the $25 gift certificate from Mike Behrens Clothing, offering the largest selection of men's suits anywhere on the planet, starting at only $179, which includes a shirt, tie, belt, and a pair of socks. And so for you guys, if you want to impress the sweetheart or your boyfriend, because I don't want to leave anybody out. And
why are you looking at Father Marcus like that?
He even touched my arm.
I know, right?
That's the scary part. He touched my arm.
Well, that's kind of scary. That make you want to stay in your house and lock your doors.
This transgender thing's going to the Supreme Court, and I just didn't want to
get into your
play
head.
favorites.
Yeah, I like the transgender tux. I mean, that's got a tux top with a skirt.
Ooh.
You know this how? You looking in the catalog again?
I looked in your closet.
So for you guys, okay, anyway, I said that right. Good to Mike Bjorns in downtown Kenosha. Call him at 262-652-0648. And now, boys and girls, written in our home office on the deck of the Boathouse Pub and this week's top 10 thought-provoking category.
He's not ready yet.
Looks like he's got his fingers all lining up there.
Okay, go.
The top 10 reasons that Kenosha alderman should resign. Number 10. Frees up extra time to put in a fence in summers without a permit. Number 9, can make more friends at the Wisconsin Department of Justice. Number 8, permits you to use political skills to be an overpaid trolley driver. Number 7, no longer have to lie about living under the 50th Street Bridge. Number 6, the fact that you are considered a Nimrod has absolutely nothing to do with it. Number 5, you're the headline story in the National Enquirer about creepy feral cats. Number 4, you can learn that draining the swamp means you're the real housewife in the 8th District. Number 3, leaves the Kenosha Today show completely out of show material. Number 2, eligible to get on a three-way plan with Joe Scarborough and Nina Brzezinski. And the number 1 reason a Kenosha alderman should resign, you finally get to take that dream boating cruise in the Lincoln Park Lagoon. Hey, I want to thank KRS Painting Corporation, specializing in commercial parade, and we thank those people for coming out. And also, we're going to be in the Bristol Progress Days parade tomorrow. Did you guys happen to catch the Kenosha parade at all? I saw a little bit of it, and our good friend Anthony Kennedy was the Grand Poobah. He was the Grand Poobah, and I think the city of Kenosha must have shortened up those golf carts because he was having a little trouble on his. He looked like one of those Shriner guys, one of those doing those figure eights and thing with a little hat and a little tossle on it. But I guess they did a great job, and we applaud all those people. And we used to be in that, but this is my view. They just kind of taken the fun out of it because you can't do anything. You can't talk to the crowd. Silly string, and you can't throw candy to the crowd. And
how come there was only 3 units instead of the normal?
Actually, Ron said, why was there only 3? Oh, here's something shocking. The Kenosha News made an error. There was 5 divisions. And so, but in the get-out, or in this section, they only had 3. So, and if you want to call in, if you have another suggestion of do-over Kenosha, we talked about, unfortunately, they had the porta potties put in the wrong place. And so, like we said, okay, that takes care of this year. Oh, we'll always get to it next year. Just like the Crack-A-Dome. We got to that next year, another cost of $800,000. The Dream Playground, another year, $500,000. The roundabout in Lincoln Park, and the dredging of the harbor, and the construction of 56th Street, and of course the Steve Mills $5 million lawsuit in Nebraska. And the original trolley cars had the wrong wheel gauge. The tracks were in, and that cost us $225. And then of course Elmo brought up the garbage trucks that we had the truck wash that was put in, and whoops, the trucks wouldn't fit in there.
Right.
And then Tony from Pleasant Prairie just enlightened us that 27th Avenue was in front of my house, but Summers, that was controlled by Summers, and they made these characters pay for that on their own. Hey, another thing that happened before we get to maybe stumping the chumps, did you see out in Delavan, this petting zoo, that this lynx cat was stolen? Did you see that? There was a big article, and now they found these cats, and they were 7-week-old Siberian lynx were missing, and they offered a $1,000 reward, and apparently they have found them. Now, this is an unreported where they found them. That was in a home out in Summers. These feral lynx cats.
Oh no!
So yeah, that's where they found them.
No.
I it's unreported.
I wonder where this is going.
It's not going anywhere right now. I'm just reporting.
They found the missing lynx.
The missing lynx.
The missing lynx. The missing lynx. And if anybody has an idea where they actually ended up, call us 262-6942.
Is there somebody who just recently put up a fence?
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is they were missing, and now they're home. And here, our favorite senator, Bob Wirch. What's he doing? He's sitting over there behind the curtain, spider around, going, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." Is that what you do? Sit in your underwear on your front porch, going, "Here, kitty, kitty." Now that you got then the back porch, yeah.
Get arrested on the front.
Yeah. Don't start a fire out there.
But I did get picked up this morning.
You got picked up by policemen?
No. Elmo.
Yeah.
Oh.
He gave me a ride today.
Oh, there was a police car in front of your house.
Yeah, just in case.
Jay in it?
Yeah.
Anyway, Senator Bob Wirch is, he's a Democrat from Summers. How about that? He lives in Summers. Go figure that.
Yeah.
He's going to hold...
Do they have spaghetti dinners out in summer?
Well, They're going to have, he's going to hold office hours. We saw him at the parade on 4th of July. He's going to hold office hours Friday afternoon, and members of the public can share thoughts and concerns with Hirsch from 2:30 to 4 at the Northside Library, and after 4 you can join him for the free spaghetti dinner. You know, Elma had a great suggestion. Why don't you share this? Because we are going to set, the Kenosha Days show is going to set...
We're working on it.
A Guinness Book of Records for...
the world's largest meatball.
And which is held by who? Somebody in Akron, Ohio?
It's the Italian Society in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
And how big is that?
It's about 4.5 feet wide, 1,100 pounds. So.
Whoa.
And what we're going to try to do is get this, they put this together, what, in 50-pound increments?
Yeah.
And then we are going to try to have a bake-off and get some sauce. We'll have to contact Wirch's office for that.
That's right.
And
he was the inspiration for the whole idea.
Do it at grill games. Yeah.
No, we don't want to. Grill games?
Where are we going to get all this meat from? We're going to
Feral
liposuction
cats.
Feral cats. We're going to nuke them. We're not neutering them. We're going to nuke them.
I like my idea. Liposuction the city council.
Oh, we'd have that in about 3 days.
Yeah.
Liposuction. What kind of meatball would this be? If you're liposuction guys like Gordon and Ruffalo and Anthony, they ain't going to have nothing left there. You know, be the first one in line for the liposuction, Juliana.
I saw him everywhere yesterday. He was riding in a mustard-colored car.
That's his.
And I saw him at least 4 or 5 times in different parts of the city. He was everywhere yesterday.
Was he campaigning, or was he just...
I don't know what he was doing. Everywhere I went, I just saw him go by in his car.
Maybe he's stalking you.
No.
I think he was probably stalking you.
No.
Did he have a
He
full...
doesn't even know me.
Did he have a full bucket of ball bearings with him? Hey, now, boys and girls, we'll see if anybody wants to play this. The clock on the wall here at Studio A says it's 11:20, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. Now, it's sponsored by the American Legion Post 21, 504 58th Street here in Kenosha. If you're successful at stumping the chumps, you will win. Now, you got your choice of 3 here. You can win 2 free fish dinners served on the first Friday at the American Legion, 504 58th Street, or you can take 2 tickets to the Kingfish game, and I have these here, and you have to take them down to the Kingfish office, or you can spend an hour in here with us, and you can talk to Shirley and waste 15 minutes of your time. And so, give me your best shot and see if we can. I don't think that's going to help, but we'll see what happens.
Probably not.
First caller, 262-694-1050. If you want to stump the chumps, you have to, it's either a trivia question that you have for us or a song title, and you got to know the answer. And while we're waiting for the phone lines to light up for that nonsense, hey, this was an article in the paper about the discovered downtown Kenosha. Excuse me, I had a little bubble. Lucky I don't have gas.
We're lucky you don't have gas.
Discovered downtown Kenosha, second Saturday, which is today. Anybody seen the new director of Downtown Inc. around? Elmo, have you seen her?
Nope.
I think the word I got was she must still be at cheerleading summer camp. Just I haven't seen her around, so that's probably why we haven't seen her. She's only graduated in May, and she's probably got some credits left to take in summer camp, and so we'll see how that works out. And some sad news to report that the local Sears store is going to be closing in October. I heard this probably some weeks ago, and actually it surprised me. I thought they'd be long gone by this time. But anyway, good morning. You're on Kenosha Today. Good morning.
Yes, I'm called in because you said to call in to guess something.
No, we have to guess something. You have a question?
Oh,
It's
when's
something.
it going to rain?
No. This is your question to us. It's a trivia. Who is this, by the way?
Oh, this is Virginia.
Okay, Virginia. Now, here's how this works. You're trying to stump the chumps here. We are the chumps.
Oh, I see.
Theoretically. And so you have to have a trivia question, and if you can stump us where we don't get the answer, you will have your choice of 3 lovely prizes.
What breed of dog was picked by the Emperor of China to be his favorite pet because he liked human food
Okay, now hang on. Now.
and didn't shed.
Okay, Virginia, hang on just a minute. What breed of dog was
He's the emperor,
Okay.
emperor of China. What breed of dog didn't shed and liked human food?
What's the Spuds McKenzie dog?
Sharpei.
Sharpei, I would say.
we were just looking for the breed of dog, and your hints were he belonged to the emperor of China.
And they don't shed.
And they don't shed.
And they like human food.
Human food.
They like humans or human food?
Human food.
No, what we eat.
Just give us a second. We're going to go around. You're trying to stump
Father Marcus and I are both saying Sharpei.
Sharpei, and Ronnie, you were saying
Whatever that Spuds McKenzie looking dog is.
Spuds McKenzie? What the heck?
The Budweiser dog?
The Budweiser dog?
Yeah, somehow I don't think so.
No. Wayne, you got an answer?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. We're going with Sharpei.
No,
Okay, what is it?
I got one. It's a Chinese Shih Tzu. Like a sheet on the bed. Shih Tzu.
Sheet on the bed. Easy, Virginia. we were pushing the envelope there, baby. Who let the dogs out? Well, what moved you to get a dog like a Shih Tzu?
Well, I read some history of the China, and I wondered if there was any in the area, and there was at Petco, and my daughter got one.
No kidding.
But we had to bottle feed it because its mother got killed over there when it was 3 weeks old.
What's the name of your dog?
Maximilian with papers.
Maximilian with papers?
No, Maximilian. I call him Max.
Oh, I get it. So how long have you had Max?
7 years, July 1st.
So what does Max eat? I mean, what's his normal diet?
Honey Nut Cheerios, dry, and he likes sliced cheese and chicken and turkey, sliced, and no seasoning, and he likes McDonald's ice cream.
Sounds like kind of a boring life. Does Max drink alcohol?
No.
Oh, he oughta. With that bland diet, you got to juice him up a little bit.
He likes fresh vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sliced tomatoes.
All right, Virginia, here's the deal. You can
Lettuce.
you can take you got your choice of 3 winning items here. You can take 2 tickets to the Kingfish game. You can take 2 free fish dinners at the American Legion, or you want to come in and spend an hour with us in an upcoming show.
Well, I'm tempted. I started out in radio when I was 4 years old.
Okay, what's your...
But I'll settle.
Go ahead.
I'll settle for the tickets to the Kingfish.
You'll settle for the Kingfish? What's wrong with coming in here with us for an hour?
Obviously, she knows good radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this. You get the Kingfish, and I'll send those out. Wayne's going to get your address off the air. But
okay,
if you were going to settle for coming in here for an hour with us, I'd throw in the tickets for nothing. Of course, you got the tickets for nothing. But what?
Well, I might consider that. I haven't been on the air in a few years.
Oh, so
I got a degree from Gateway in radio.
Oh, well.
But
okay.
I never used it.
Okay, so
you ever dated Wayne?
Now, since you have radio experience, how would you rate this show on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best.
Sure you want to ask that?
Yeah.
I'd say a number 8.
Ooh,
and what are we lacking, do you think?
Intelligent.
Me.
Oh, well, there you go. Obviously, you're not bashful, Virginia. All right. Here's what's going to happen. Off the air, Wayne's going to get your name and address, and I'm going to send you out the Kingfish tickets, and we thank you for calling in to successfully stump the chumps.
Well, thank you.
Okay, don't go away. He's going to get this for you.
Okay.
Okay, well, he's doing that. I'm going to read another family-owned business since...
Outside where? The boathouse parking lot?
Down by my boat.
It depends on what for fishing for.
Yeah, we'll use that for trolling, right?
Well, of course.
You were in and out of the boathouse a couple times on 4th of July, Scotty.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
You must have been mistaken.
Oh.
Ronnie.
Maybe that was somebody else.
Yeah, it was. Jay is what you're thinking of.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for Virginia for playing. And we started to talk about, and then coming up after the break, we're going to talk about this Mexican mayor married a crocodile to bring luck to local fishermen. Maybe that's what we have to do to spice up the Kenosha Today fishing deal. And then this guy here, I'm reading this. My sex doll is so much better than my real wife. This is in Tokyo. Matsurio Okinawa, or whatever his name is, bounced back when the spark went out of his marriage, starting a new romance with a rubber doll he swears is the love of his life. We can talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goody.
Well, listen, here's your choice. You want to talk about the rubber doll? You want to talk about Sears closing?
Oh, boy. Options.
Anyway, Sears is going to close, and I'm surprised, like I said before, that this hasn't ended. But you know what? What's happening is, here's what's happening in the retail business. Walmart acquired a men's clothing, or Bonobos, I think. Is that how you pronounce that? Bonobos? For $310 million in cash, trying to go for men's clothing. And then you got Amazon, $13 billion to get into the food business. And I think what they're telling everybody is that the wave of the future, the wave of the world is going to be online buying. Even Walmart is saying they're testing this. If you can buy online, and they're going to have their guys deliver to you by the end of the day. And could happen. I mean, they're not spending. This is not chump change here. You're talking about, what did I say? $113 billion, and you take Amazon stock is hovering around $1,000 a share. You got to think it's going to split at some point in time. That'd be a great gift for an older person like you, Ron. Buy your wife. Hey, listen to the. Let's see if I can get this right. You buy your lovely bride one share of Amazon, and if it splits, being a community property, your ship has come in. You can
gift wrap that thing with a scale.
Yeah. Let her bounce that around for a little bit. All right, let's see, Wayne, we're going to have to take our last break, and when we get back, like I said, we can talk about this wedding thing and about the doll. It's so much better than a real wife.
That's a pretty doll, though.
You know, this poses an interesting question. Wayne, this will be too intense for you, probably. So.
Probably. Yeah. I'll stop listening now, then.
Obviously, everybody else has.
Yeah, well, you know.
All right, let's take our last break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. Joined us. This is the July 8th edition of the Kenosha City Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A and streaming worldwide here at AM 1050 WLIP, being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, and the legendary Brat Stop, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters who were successfully stumped this morning, I might add, by Virginia, Elmo Schneider, Father Marcus, and who is, by the way, and from another galaxy called Spider Dome, Spider Ronnie the camera dude, and of course our engineer, Wacky Wayne, rounding out our very distinguished panel. Most grown-up guys I've ever come across. We are here each and every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. till noon. I'm surprised that we didn't know that the emperor of... That trivia question. We should have known that. We got to do some more reading. You know, if Virginia can read books about the Japanese, why can't we?
Some Chinese
Shih
Tzus.
Yeah, Shih Tzus.
Yes.
Yeah. Lucky we didn't bounce that one off.
Right.
Yeah. And if you happen to, who was it? It sounds like the dog eats very healthy, but that dog's got to get in to start putting some Long Island mix in the old bread bowl there. I mean, poor dog hasn't experienced the true fun of life. I mean, what kind of boring life has had eating nuts and cheese?
Grape nuts.
Grape nuts, yeah.
Oh, grape nuts?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, you pay attention.
Yeah.
Like that.
If you happen to miss our Saturday show, you can tune in AM 1050 tomorrow and listen to the replay of this morning's broadcast. But don't forget, we are in the... Bristol Progress Days parade tomorrow. Starts at 12:30 out there in the wonderful town of Bristol. Status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge to win a $25 gift certificate to Mike Bjorn's Clothing here in...
Oh, you want that?
Oh, no, that's it.
Fine. Sure. Whatever you want, Scotty.
Okay, oh, fine.
If you want to turn Mike on, you go right ahead.
But Bjorn's said, oh, yeah, oh, fine.
Yeah.
I was just trying to build up the act. Didn't they teach you that in radio school?
I think the ship has sailed on that. Isn't the ship for the program parked by the boathouse?
You know, I was just trying to be fair, as we are here, and Virginia having a background in radio on 1 to 10. She only gave us an 8 and said the other 2 points would be made up if she joined us. Mm-hmm. That's what we do really need a female aspect in this show.
I'd feel sorry for her.
Aspect. No, aspect. Jesus. This is why we are where we are today.
Right.
Anyway.
Wayne, have you been to a production meeting yet?
No.
No.
You haven't even showed up to one.
I'm a busy guy.
Wow.
What's more busy than a production meeting with us?
I'm usually here doing something else.
Well, you want us to sign you a note, or dear Mr. Perry, allowing Wayne to?
I think the missus has a pretty tight rein.
Has she ever seen pictures of us, or?
No, she's watched the show. We listen to it every now and again.
Then I know she got a tight rein.
That's game over.
Understand? She knows the trouble I'm in hanging out with you guys.
Yeah. Now she don't know the half of it.
Yeah, well, that's why I haven't made a production meeting.
She can take a look at us, and then she can see your future.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. In 40 years, you could be here. And don't forget, Wayne, you get to run for mayor of Kenosha a couple times.
Times. Maybe I'll just run for council.
And then we'll get you.
Anybody can do that.
We'll get you a banner that says "Scum," so you can just put it right on the side of your car, and you can avoid all the other business. Anyway, call Bjorn 262-652-0648.
Did you give a hint, Elmo?
Give a hint.
I have a hint.
All right.
How about it's something that can be done to a street, road, or alley.
What? Are we looking at
nothing?
There you go. Are we looking at the same word?
Sure we are.
Father?
Let me see here.
Okay.
I see the word. I'm not even quite connecting his hint.
I'm not either, but...
So essentially, no one is going to get the secret word.
Three of us are looking right at it and can't figure it out.
Let's see
with our own hints.
Let's see if this guy can get it.
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Hey, Scotty, did you guys hear the news?
No. What's the news?
The mayor of Milwaukee might be facing a recall election.
Yeah.
He's going to do something. What?
Yeah, it's how they started a petition to.
Good.
To
yes, I did see that.
Good luck getting the signatures.
Yeah, he's got to get 50,000 signatures
52,000.
in about 45 days. And you know why, George? Because of their dopey trolley.
Yeah, that was what
125. Yeah, 125 million, and the whole place is torn up. And I did hear that yesterday when I was in Milwaukee trying to do my thing, which, by the way, I wasn't very successful at. But
just think if Mayor Barrett loses the election, you can blame the trolley for that.
What are you suggesting, George?
Do away with the trolley.
In Kenosha?
Yeah, that too.
Okay, well, I was just trying to lead you on here, George.
Hey, that trolley's a big joke. There's only one song that describes that trolley.
Easy.
Will it go around in circles? That's all it does.
You know what? At our afternoon production meetings at AM Corner, where gray hairs matter, every afternoon the gas trolley comes back across the 50th Street Bridge, and I think this week, let's go from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We saw it 3 times, and there was only 3 riders on it each time, and that was the driver. So, George, what district do you live in?
I live in the 6th.
That's Giuliani?
That's near Holy Road.
No. I'm sorry. Who's your alderman, Juliana?
I wish.
Well, who is it? The 6th?
The one I live is near Jefferson Elementary School. I don't know who the alderman is in this district.
Well, that might be Brzezinski. I don't know. 6th district. I don't know. But why don't you run for alderman in the vacated 8th district? And if you're successful, George,
Yeah.
You got 30 days to move in.
But there's only one problem with that.
What?
I'd have to move in with Shirley.
There's more than one problem with that.
You can stay in her garage.
That way I can legitimately run for alderman.
Well, you got our vote. We're putting you up for it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'd have to do is move in with Shirley.
Well, we got that covered.
Take it from there.
Take a cot and you go out in the garage.
Good to have goals.
And that's the place. Yeah,
You go. Hey,
Take a cot by the pot.
For me.
yeah, you got a cot by the pot.
There you go.
And if you got to go to the bathroom, you go to the pot number 2.
With that.
Huh?
I wouldn't have no problems with that, having a cot near the pot.
Okay, see. Well, you got our vote. This is coming together nicely.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Okay. We got another call right away here, Wayne, before we get the zingers.
No.
Okay. And now, boys and girls, then, it's time for this week's edition of As the Brat Turns, High Five Singers and Doofuses. Later. Coming to us from the beer garden in the world and famous and legendary Brat Stop, located on the northwest corners of Highways 50 and I-94 here in Kenosha. Open at 8 a.m. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything in between. For more information on what's going on at the Brat, call them at 262-857-2011 as the Brat turns like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. This week's high five goes to the thousands of spectators who attended all the various Independence Day parades held during the past week. Kenosha's 4th of July parade, which was held the last Sunday in June, which, by the way, I'm still at disagreement why we have to take a backseat to the city of Racine, still makes my hair hurt. However, a big high five also goes to the organizers of the Summers Parade and tomorrow's Bristol Progress Days Parade. Putting events on like this are not easy tasks, and all the chair people can hold their heads high, knowing that they brought in some smiles to the thousands of people who enjoyed all the various entertainment, and saluting what this nation really stands for: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This week's zinger goes to the city of Kenosha for whomever was responsible for the placement of the portable toilets that were placed right on the Kenosha Public Safety Monument Square. While I can understand the need for an additional toilets, I cannot understand why, when this was first noticed on Thursday, that someone didn't have the smarts to call Pats and have them immediately removed to a different location. I agree with all the statements that this was very insulting and disrespectful to all those who have made great sacrifices to this community. Unfortunately, this happens all too often here in Kenosha, where we always seem to need 2 and 3 times before we get it correct. So let's hope that this is the last time a screw-up like this happens. And this week's Doofus Award goes to the Chicago Cubs for making the Brewers come back to Wrigley on their day off to play a game that was rained out back in May. It was reported that the Cubs management was thinking, well, you know, this could be an easy one, as the Brewers had played the night game before, and instead the Brewers dealt the Cubbies a 11-2 ass whipping. I'm not sugarcoating it. What was it? I think the Cubs better quit thinking of being schedule makers, but rather finding ways to win ball games. Last year was last year, and this is 2017, and we still have a couple of overpriced pitchers, along with... where am I at here? Oh,
you got out the salient point.
Yeah, okay. We still have a couple of overpriced pitchers, along with Jason Hayward and Kyle Schnitzenberger, or whatever his name is, who seem to be spending more time at the hot dog stand and on the disabled list than they are in 10-10 winning.
You know what the best part of that game was? Is having the position player come in and pitch the 9th inning.
Yeah, and getting him out.
And with his blistering 47-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah. He goes to Matt, see, if I'd have started, we wouldn't have this problem.
Right, yeah.
And so, big deal. The Cubs hadn't won a World Series in the last 100 years. Anybody can have a bad century. I say bring back the Billy Goat, hire Steve Bartman as manager, and let's start rebuilding for the 2017 season.
Well, Mike, it was the dying Cub fans' last request, so here it is. Do they still play the blues in Chicago when baseball season rolls around? When the snow melts away, do the Cubbies still play in their ivy-covered burial ground? When I was a boy, they were my pride and joy. Now they only bring fatigue to the home of the brave, the land of the free, and the doormat of the National League.
And there you have it, folks, as the Broad turns for this Saturday, July 8th, 2017. Scotty Barter, and I approve this message. Okay, we're taking your calls. We got a few minutes left. 262-694-1050. Bizarre moment. Mexican mayor marries a crocodile to bring good luck to local fishermen. And this is a true story, because we don't make up here. A Mexican mayor married a crocodile in a bizarre ceremony as a part of an age-old tradition to bring luck to local fishermen. You know what? I think they did this in my case back in '74. How about you guys? They got a picture here. Look at that. Looks just like the ex-Mrs. Barter right there. And the female crocodile, known as Princess, was baptized on Thursday, then subsequently dressed in a custom-made wedding dress and had her jaws clamped shut for the big day. Where was this in the 70s? Guy, where? She also wore a veil as she paraded through streets accompanied by band music. And apparently this is part of a ritual that has been practiced by the Mexican Indians since 1789. See, I don't think Mexico is a community property state.
Probably
Otherwise,
not.
the crocodile would have got at least half of what this guy owns.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of guys who marriages would have been a lot more happy if the day they got married they'd have clamped that mouth shut.
Only open it for
boy.
special occasions.
You better bulk up on the hate mail this. Oh, Wayne!
Oh, hit the dump button on yourself.
Unavailable, no.
They believe the ceremony will bring luck and... See, we always get this last 15 minutes with things kind of peter off.
What?
According to custom, the crocodile is regarded as a princess and is believed she will bring peace and prosperity to their community. Boy, welcome to Wisconsin. Now, this has nothing to do with this, but I got to give a big shout-out to my good friend Michael Galley, who's home recuperating after 10 days in the hospital. And I bring this up, not that this has anything to do with it, but I was best man in his wedding. And they're still married 45 years later.
That's
so
a miracle.
Despite this, you can see my influence that I have on marriage.
Yeah.
45 years he's been married. So, Michael Galley, if you're listening, I hope you get better. And I posted we can go for a beer. And I hate to go in the trouble that we've been in. Is that still unavailable there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now here's a doll that's so much better than my real wife. This is in, where is this out of? It's China, I think.
Japan.
Japan. He takes her everywhere, starting a new romance with a rubber doll he swears is the love of his life. The ultra-realistic silicone dummy. Well, that describes a lot right there. Called Mayu, shares his bed under the same roof as his wife and teenage daughter. Oh, this is Tokyo, okay. An unusual arrangement that triggered angry arguments before the family declared a delicate truce. This guy's 45. After my wife gave birth, she stopped making love to me, and I felt a deep sense of loneliness. It's nice to hear things like this going on in other parts of the country. But the moment I saw Mayo in the showroom, it was love at first sight. My wife was furious when I brought home Mayu. These days she puts up with it. If they get divorced, I don't know if Japan is a community property country, but, you know, if it was, suppose this was in Wisconsin and you got your own doll, how do you set her at the defendant's table in the court hearing and say, she's coming with me? My daughter realized it wasn't a jarring Barbara doll. She freaked out and said it was gross, but now she's old enough to share Mayu's clothes. Well, there you have it.
No.
Now, this guy works as a psychotherapist, believe it or not. Takes his doll out on dates in a wheelchair and dresses her in wigs and sexy clothes and jewelry. He admits to being turned off by human relationships, adding during a seaside stroll with his rubber companion, Japanese women are cold-hearted. Boy, this ought to cement relationships to the U.S., right? We should have a tariff. You know, if Trump's worried about other people coming into our country, maybe we should allow this.
Yeah.
He's going to have this ban on traveling, but rubber dolls are allowed to come into this country. What you think? He says, they're very selfish. Men want someone to listen to them without grumbling when they get home from work. Whatever problems I have, May is always there waiting for me. I love her to bits and want her to be with me forever. Now, folks, I'm not making this up because even as smart as I am, or goofy as I am, I can't make stuff like this.
Our group here now, if we each got one of those, it would probably end in a divorce for each of us.